Outside the window, the balcony was gray. Suddenly, on its sullen stone, I did not see a less drab color, but I felt as if it were an effort toward a less drab color, the pulsation of a hesitant ray that struggled to release its light. A moment later, the balcony was as pale and luminous as a pond at dawn, and 1,000 reflections of its ironwork lattice had come to alight on it. A breath of wind dispersed them. The stone grew dark again, but as though tamed, they returned. The stone began imperceptibly to whiten, and by one of those unbroken crescendos, like those which, in music, at the end of an overture, carry a single note to the supreme fortissimo, making it pass rapidly through all the intermediate stages, I saw it reach that fixed, unalterable gold of fine days, on which the sharply cut shadow of the ornate balustrade stood out in black, like a capricious vegetation, with a delicacy in the delineation of their smallest details that seemed to indicate a deliberate application, an artist's satisfaction, and with so much relief, so velvety in the restfulness of its dark and happy mass, that in truth those broad and leafy reflections on that lake of sunshine seemed to know that they were pledges of calm and happiness. Brief, fading ivy climbing, fugitive flora, the most colorless, the most depressing to many minds of all that creep on walls or decorate windows, to me the dearest of them all, from the day when it appeared on our balcony like the very shadow of the presence of Gilberte, who was perhaps already in the Champs-Élysées. And as soon as I arrived there, would greet me with, "Let's begin at once to play prisoner's base. You are on my side," frail, swept away by a breath, but at the same time in harmony, not with the season, but with the hour. A promise of that immediate happiness that the day will deny or fulfill, and thereby of the immediate happiness par excellence, the happiness of love, softer, warmer on the stone than even moss is, alive, a ray of sunshine sufficed to give it birth and make joy bloom even in the heart of winter. And on those days, when all other vegetation had disappeared, when the fine green leather that covered the trunks of the old trees is hidden beneath the snow, after the snow had ceased to fall, but when the sky was still too overcast for me to hope that Gilberte would venture out, then suddenly, inspiring my mother to say, "Look, it's quite fine now. I think you might perhaps try going to the Champs-Élysées after all." On the mantle of snow that covered the balcony, the sun would appear and weave threads of gold and embroidered dark shadows. That day we would find no one, or one solitary girl, on the point of leaving, who assured me that Gilberte was not coming.